Congratulations. You found the Twin Cities Hit Show.
Very well. Where do I begin?
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
Reach for this one.
And now, a real hit show.
Good, I'm feeling good.
Live from the Twin Cities.
I think I've been on podcasts before. You know when it's not working.
It's the Twin Cities Hit Show.
You never quite know what's going to happen. So I like the sort of unknown part of that. You've got to come more than once every 30 years.
Let's get this hit show started.
Yes, that voice was part of the British invasion last night.
We got invaded. Oh my God! I was at a concert. I did not watch the news.
By the British.
Bloody hell! Bloody hell! Brilliant.
Is that how the Rolling Stones folks talked when they were talking in between their songs last night?
Here's what it sounded like.
So they're just unintelligible chatter,
Yeah.
but really raucous.
I understood it. He talked about Minnehaha, the Mall of America. He went to the Minneapolis Institute of Arts.
Couldn't understand a damn word that man said.
Did you have better
heard
tickets?
it. I don't know.
Did you have better seats, Rusty, than Chuck did?
I don't think so. I had the. We're going to talk about this. I had the worst seats I've ever had in a show. We were nosebleedy.
And to bring everybody up to, in case I mumbled it, we were talking about last night's Rolling Stones show, and Rusty and Chuck both had the opportunity to attend, so that's fantastic.
Yeah, for everyone tuning back in, this is the Twin Cities Hit Show. I'm Rusty Gatenby. We got Chuck Ollip.
I'm Miss Shannon.
Shannon and Chuck. Yesterday, I started to get the tweets and texts. Hey, I'm going to the Rolling Stones concert. I went, really? Just because I'm going, you couldn't let me just be the only one on the show that gets to go?
Oh, now, don't get all possessive like that.
Hey, our seats got upgraded. They're better than yours now.
Hey, I'll be doing blow with Mick Jagger after the show.
I didn't know going to the show was going to be such a competitive thing between the two of you.
Yeah. I just wanted it to be all my joy.
God. So greedy. So greedy with the Rolling Stones.
Here's authentic audio from the opening of last night.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Rolling Stones!
And then fireworks go off.
Yeah,
nice.
That's cool. It was a good show. Yeah.
So
just a good show or a great show?
It was. Well, you first, Rusty. You're a bigger fan.
For me, there's a couple of things. First of all, we have Patrick Hammer waiting. We got to get back to him because when we last spoke, he left us hanging.
Dun, dun, dun.
But what he did do, which was nice, is he did give a proper weather report for the show last night. Just as Patrick said. Are we getting him on the horn right now? Yeah. The rain stopped just before showtime. And actually saw a couple of stars through the clouds, so the clouds parted.
Right.
And the audience was able to be dry the entire concert, which is always a risk when you're outdoors. But anyway, yesterday, a lot of folks tuned into the show because they wanted to know, is Patrick staying or is he going?
And we did cover that, whether he was staying or going.
He did get a job. This is him ringing. I talked to him this morning. He said he'd be by the phone. Do you call this first number? Oh, wait, I mean this
Yes,
number,
I did.
rather?
Yep.
That one.
Yep.
Oh. Huh. Well, let's see if he answers.
Leave him a voicemail. Leave him a voicemail.
Here, I will handle this voicemail.
Hello, Patrick. This is Sarah. I'm a really big fan, and I understand that you were on the Twin Cities show, and you're leaving this for. I just wonder if you could call me back and tell me where you're moving. 612-250-1499.
Tell him I love him too. It's Nancy. We're sisters.
Oh, bye. Love you.
We're outside your house.
Forever. Sign my
Look
boob.
out your window. That says hi.
Sign my boob.
There we go. Nice. That's what you want to wake up to. Two stalkery chicks.
Dang it.
Staring in your window.
I wanted him to tell it. Maybe we'll try getting back to
Give
him.
him a minute.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just
now
he's putting his pants on or something.
The douchebag should be able to call in if he's not scared. I almost gave his number up. I was going to give him his number. I was wearing the air.
Don't do that.
Probably don't do that.
Try him one more time. I told him we'd call right at the top of the show. We were only 5 minutes into it. We're also going to check back with the choir director to see how the show went. He's going to be available at 9:45.
So are you going to spoil it and give a review of the choir, or just let him tell what his experience was like?
I'll let him do the experience. The choir was great. The choir was a highlight of the show.
The vocal essence, folks, were fantastic.
And they were the first song of the encore.
They were
nice.
Just as rumored.
Nice.
Essential.
Come on.
I had my phone ready to go because I knew they were coming on.
Hang up. Oh, we're going to leave another message.
Yeah, Patrick, this is Philip Dewalki. I'm the manager for the Twin Cities Hit Show, and you're supposed to be live right now. I don't know what kind of professionalism you're exhibiting here, but we have a show that's live. Rusty gating me there's actually a vein popping on the right side of his forehead right now.
I'm Rusty's assistant, bitch, and this is improper behavior, Patrick. You're much more of a professional. I'm about to call Buffalo, because I know that's where you're going, and I'm going to tell them what kind of shit you do, mister.
I will ruin your hammer. I will ruin you.
Seriously, I love you, Patrick.
I'll ruin you.
This is how I can tell that you really have a nice bromance with this dude, Rusty. Because I've seen you flip out on people for less. And you're like, this dude totally is blowing us off. And they're all cheery about it, like, that's okay.
Yeah, yesterday
I'll get a hug later.
I had the audio
We'll be
on
fine.
7.5 instead of 7. What the
Never raise my voice.
Patrick.
Never raise my voice. Never yell.
No, but seriously,
as it turns out, we had a big show yesterday.
Yeah, we did.
There
We
was
had a great
reason
show.
for concern.
I'm so excited to hear where Patrick's going. I'm so excited for this announcement.
I'm gonna tell everyone.
Oh, you're gonna? Oh, good. Rusty already did.
Well, I did let it slip yesterday.
No,
Yeah.
you let it slip about 3 minutes ago.
He's going to Buffalo. Yeah.
Right.
Oh. I'm so excited.
He accepted. He's on Facebook. If you want the full details, he did do a statement on Facebook
Nice.
this morning. But he's accepted a job at the sister station of Care, a Gannett station in Buffalo. He will be the main dude.
Which now makes total sense.
Buffalo.
Yeah.
Why he was saying that Care 11 was instrumental in helping him get this new gig. So
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
My concern with him is the travel. You got to go west on 55 to Buffalo. It was about half hour west of the city.
Not this Buffalo. Not Buffalo, Minnesota.
Yes.
Oh.
He's working cable access Buffalo,
I thought it was-
Minnesota. Yeah.
We
Those
love you,
Buffalo,
Buffalo, Minnesota, but we are not discussing you.
Here's what my concern was. Listen to this.
It is not unusual for western New York to get 100 inches of snow every winter, but the Buffalo area could get that much by the time this deadly 4-day storm is over.
This is an historic event. I believe when all is said and done, this snowfall may break all sorts of records.
So we're officially calling it Winter Storm Knife in regards to the knife that cut through the heart of Erie County.
Nice.
But see, doesn't that sound to me a weatherman's dream? I mean,
No,
going
they
someplace
love that
where
stuff.
they have catastrophic weather
I
situations,
suppose.
he'll have plenty of work. It's job security. I mean, if you're in a place where it's a temperate climate, what you have to talk about?
How would you like to be married to that, though? If you're like, I get it. You like this? I hate it.
Yeah, that reminds me of my. Can I do one of my little jokey jokes? So people are, oh, you were a cop? Where? Minneapolis or St. Paul? No, I don't know if you know how maps work. Bloomington. Oh, Bloomington, good. That's probably pretty safe, right? Yeah, thank God, because I hate violence and using my gun. Isn't that like if I were a dentist saying, yeah, I'm a dentist, but just a kid's dentist, because teeth, you. But I mean, seriously, weather guys love that stuff.
You would think so, and it'll make his family nice and excited, kind of thing. Job security, they know they won't have to move again.
Yeah.
He did lots of good stuff, so that when you're holed up in your house
he'll
after
move
the
again.
terrible weather, he could just do it that way.
He'll move again. He's in TV.
You can look up Patrick Hammer. No, actually, they are saying there you're here for the rest of your life if you want it. They really like what he's.
Oh.
They like him so far.
That's good.
The management there said you are our guy for the rest of your life if you want.
Care 11 loved him too. It is too bad we didn't keep him, but good for him.
Yeah, you know what's weird, and obviously he's got a lot of folks here in the market who do love him, and it's a shame that, come on, Twin Cities market, get your stuff together and hire this guy. He sincerely would have preferred to stay. Why couldn't someone have found room for him here?
Isn't that the way a lot of things are, though? It's like you might be a big deal in in your hometown, but you only get so much respect, and you got to go. Sometimes you have to go on to bigger things if you want security.
He does really sincerely thank Care and the news director there, Jane Helke, because she really did get him back in the game. So that's nice.
What a great opportunity. We're going to pregame him with him tomorrow, aren't we? Rusty, you and me?
We're going to see if he can get out of helping him move his buddy. I know who his buddy is in St. Paul.
Buddy's a douchebag.
It's like, Drink a beer, move a couch. Drink 2 beers, move a lamp. Drink 4 beers, move a chair.
So he's going to be moving a long time. It is not an efficient moving process with this friend, right?
Yeah.
I get indigestion every time I help people move.
So the review of the show.
Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
Here's
Rock
my
on.
Here's
Rock
my
on.
take
How
on it.
How many Rusty stars do we give it?
On a scale of 1 to 4, let's say, I would give it a 3.
Okay.
I have seen a 4-star Rolling Stone concert. I've seen a couple of 4-star Rolling Stone concerts. Mick Jagger was fantastic last night. I had crappy seats.
Okay. He's gotten fat, though.
Does that affect your review?
For me, it does, and here's why. I guess I realized how spoiled I've been all these times because I usually get great seats right down front, and then I felt like I was watching someone else's party.
Yeah.
Mick Jagger was the size of my thumb or
Okay.
pinky if I didn't look at the big
Jumbotrons.
Thank God they had the huge high-definition Jumbotron. However, my side of the field, the Jumbotron, wasn't working for a good chunk of the concert.
Oh, really? I didn't even notice it.
So then I'm like, now I'm forced to watch the little pinky dance around, and I didn't feel connected. I felt like, gee, I want to go to that party. That looks like a fun party down
and
there.
I think that does make a difference.
Yeah.
Is can you perform to the back of the venue?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Like, do you feel everybody's included in the situation? So I can understand why that would make a difference for you. So, Chuck, you had slightly better seats, it sounds like.
My Chuck Gollop's review, I give it 3 despair stars as well.
Okay.
And
is that your first? No, you've seen them before.
I've never seen the Stones before.
Oh, you've never
I'm
seen...
not a huge Stones
And he
fan.
barely wanted to go.
What did you think as a first-time Stones goer?
I thought they were pretty good. It's about what I expected. I had probably a lot more fun watching the people at the show.
Yeah, so when the show...
That's valid. That's valid.
When the show started, you didn't get any rush or goosebumps or anything?
I got that. And that's right. I like being on the power tower, that little surge. Oh, we're going over the hill. Which the power tower doesn't go over the hill, but you get the idea. And,
the wild thing.
Yeah, yeah. So I got that. I'm like, I'm at the Rolling Stones. This is probably the last time they'll ever perform in a concert tour because one of them is bound to die soon. And this is cool. I'm part of something that is, I felt, a little historic.
Yeah.
But, you know, the audience, I've been to a lot of arena shows like Metallica, Kid Rock, Eminem, that kind of stuff, Pink Floyd. But I don't think anyone can pull off an arena show. The sound is crap. And you know that going in. And I thought they did a great job with it. The band had a hard time keeping it together, I think, because it was so echoey. And no fault of theirs. It's just so big it gets away from you. I thought they did a great job. It was a great show. They played everything that I, as a borderline fan, needed to hear.
Keith Richards is looking horrible.
Holy shit. How that guy is even standing.
They would cut away, and then would by high def, the screen is sincerely like a 5-story building.
Yeah.
It's a huge screen. So that helped me get back into the concert because I could then see what's happening. But when they would cut away to Keith Richards, it was like, oh my!
Oh, I know. And
he had a dead stare, and his lips are all like.
He smiled like twice.
How old is he now? 70?
He's like the same age as Mick, but it's night and day. Mick is still able to run up and down the court, run up and down. He kept taking his shirt off and his tight little muscle shirt. The guy's fit.
I don't know if we could call that fit. He kind of looks like a POW, but
so he's too thin for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, he's just.
But isn't Keith Richards the one that he's? I think that they've all had that rock and roll lifestyle. But you hear more stories about Keith Richards, including falling out of palm trees or scaling things he shouldn't.
Yeah.
So I mean, on top of the rock and roll lifestyle, he is a little bit of a danger freak.
Yeah.
So maybe it's just beating his body up more.
Yeah. What's the drummer's name?
Charlie Watts.
Charlie Watts. I'm a drummer, so I'm just fascinated by drumming. And Charlie Watts was so amazingly British throughout, and everything he was playing was just very simple.
He's a jazz guy who plays rock and roll.
And his gestures were very simple, and he'd look around occasionally.
It doesn't seem like the sound is coming from him. It's so proper.
Yes, it's going off without a hitch.
You look away and you expect, drummers to just be flailing. And no, he's very prim and proper.
Yeah, it's just, he does. He looks like a jazz drummer, not a rock drummer, no major gestures, no swinging. He never broke a sweat. His mouth had that typical kind of pouty British look throughout the entire show. And just casually looking back and forth. As
Like,
the
glad to be here, everyone.
Yeah,
Thanks.
Does not look like a rock and roller.
No, I love that.
He looks like the angry chauffeur. Very well, I'll still get the car.
But in general, you
Very
think that,
well.
and this is how, I gauge whether I am. There's some bands that you may really like their music, but there is no need to see them at a live performance. And so Rolling Stones, are they one of those people that give you, it's worth seeing them live. I'm glad I got to see them in a thing.
Yeah, Pretty much.
It's not. I'm better off. Okay, I'll use this as an example. Dave Matthews Band. I really like Dave Matthews Band's music. I went to see them once in a live performance, and I will never go see them again. There's nothing to see. They don't move. There's no point in watching them. They sound great, but I can listen in my house.
Just so you understand, in the music world, they made a name for themselves as a concert band.
Right.
Dave Matthews.
Yeah. And that's why when I see them, I'm like, no.
They're a jammy band.
Yeah.
They're just, but they're boring. There's nothing going on. I don't need to see them. I just want to live stream it and play it on an iPod later.
On the mandatory things of rock and roll, seeing Mick Jagger prance around to these songs is a must. Because that's where it comes alive.
That rooster peacocky thing that you see?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
And that's what I was telling Jennifer, who had never been. I said the first time I saw the Stones, it must have been 1974, and I think it was Soldier Field. These were the seats I had. And looking down at Mick Jagger, it's the same kid. He's doing the same moves. There's no hitch in his step. There's no ache in his pain. Meanwhile, last time I saw Keith Richards, he was still able to duck walk and actually opened his shirt a little bit. Now he's got the paunch. There was no duck to be walked last night. So
what
I like
he has hit the wall, Keith Richards, but that's fine. He's still playing the guitar.
They did a great job relating to the fans. I mean, they did a lot of logos incorporating Gophers logos and Vikings logos. They had the classic tongue out that turned into a Minnesota Viking logo. He threw out, like he said, Minnehaha Falls. I couldn't understand him, but I read in the paper today. They said Minnehaha Falls.
I heard him. How much were you drinking?
No, I looked at at Holly, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't understand what he's saying.
There was, by the way, a constant cloud of marijuana around Jennifer and I.
Yeah.
Are we getting Philip on the phone?
Yeah, we're going to get Philip on the phone. I think
because
and speaking of the classic tongue Rolling Stone logo, I see that you brought your tongue Rolling Stone
yeah, we'll talk about that.
foam tchotchke to stare at us.
Jennifer bought that last night.
It's kind of gross up close.
If you were on the show, if you listened to the show yesterday, we began with Philip Burnell. He's the choir director for Vocal Essence. And they were tapped to be the choir for the show last night. And we just want to check back with him to see if, number one, he got the picture, because he was hoping to...
Burnell, please leave a message.
Wow, Rusty, your contacts are working out pretty well.
Dang it. He said he was gonna be in a meeting until 9:45, and then we should call him.
Yeah, meetings run late.
Trying to find. Anyway, so what you're looking at is a foam. It's not a foam finger. It's a foam mouth and tongue. The Richard mouth. The Mick Jagger mouth and tongue. And what would you say? You wanted to guess how much that cost?
Okay, because you're at okay, I'm gonna guess. $15. $15 for the foam tongue.
Because what do we think at actual cost? I was thinking
$1.50.
Yeah. I was going to say $2, including the labor.
20. I'm saying $20.
$20.
It was $20.
$20.
Yeah, the Jew wins.
This thing. I'm surprised. I'm like touching it makes me feel a little gross.
Do I win it since I guess the right number?
No, that's going down to the man cave. So, yes, Philip Burnell and Vocal Essence, they were on stage. They were the first song of the encore, and I thought they did a great job, didn't you?
Oh, I thought they did phenomenal. Yeah.
That was another... Yeah. I had a few moments in the concert where I got the little goosebumps, and I felt like, okay, this is, a historic event. And
was it a powerful moment because it was a local choir, or just it was just so...
Just those voices, but then knowing that, there's my man. we talked to him
I
this
know
morning.
that guy.
I might have this if, and maybe I'll play it later and compare it because.
Your bootleg?
Yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Dang it! I wanted to catch up with Philip. He said definitely give me a call.
He'll find us.
I wanted to see if he got his photo and what it was like getting how they did it, because they said they had a sound check and a rehearsal. I wonder if they sound checked and rehearsed with Keith and Mick and all that.
What an awesome opportunity.
It was cool. It was kind of cool watching the
Try calling him again. He said 9:45.
Yeah. It was cool watching the people in his choir because Mick was right in front of them on the right side of the stage, and his antics were
kind of a goofy hat.
Yeah, and his antics at that time were great, and the singers broke character.
Did they?
Because
they're all staring.
It was just, he's so fun to watch.
That makes me feel better. If they were just all stoic and could manage not to be impressed by it.
All right, forget it. We'll just assume it all went great and it was awesome.
Yeah.
Nah, enough of that. Screw you, Patrick. Screw you, Philip Burnell. No. All right.
Well, I'm glad you guys had a good time because this would have ruined this morning if you both come in here and said, this is crap. We kind of like, we stayed up all night and there was no reason.
I could not imagine sitting out in the rain watching that, so I'm so glad it did not rain last night.
On a bright side, I saw every person I ever knew that I worked with in law enforcement because they all worked part-time for the U of M. I must have seen 20 cops I knew.
So are you glad you're not working? You're like, ha.
Well, they were making, I spent $300 on tickets.
Wow.
They all made $600 working. So they got to watch the show and get paid $600.
Nice.
Are they able to, when you do that, are you able to take in the show? Or
You know, it's funny. Government workers are able sometimes to find a little free time within their duties.
Well, during the working day at the concert, you'll be able
So they
to...
looked up at the Jumbotron. How can you miss the Jumbotron, I'm sure?
I saw some great shows when the Mall of America did the Summer Jam series, Jam at the Mall, whatever. James Taylor, Rick Springfield. I wasn't a fan.
Rick Springfield was great. I remember that series. I went to that one.
Oh, yeah. And they were fun concerts to work, and they were small venue, but big crowd.
that's the other thing. Mick Jagger mentioned Excelsior Dance Land. In the first concert, there was only 240 people there back in 1964.
Wow.
Yeah. Very cool.
So, all right, enough of them.
I always like it. I mean, I like to hear stories from bands that were performing before I was born, and they're still performing.
Yes.
Where it's just like, and then remember back in the day when we did this. I'm like, yes, I do want to remember back in the day. I just like that old-timey feel that you get from hearing about somebody performing like 1964. It's just fascinating to me.
You know, speaking of music, I got something off your Facebook post, I think, Shannon. What about this Chet Hanks?
Oh my gosh, he's killing me. Okay, so Chet Hanks, one of the sons of Tom Hanks. One.
I got this off your page too.
Rapper dude. In case you didn't know what they're doing.
Right here.
I'm Chet Hanks. I'm from West LA. I'm an artist, actor,
Listen to this.
and hustler.
That's what I am.
You can't be a hustler when your dad is
No, you're not hustling.
Hanks, two-time Academy Award winner. Tom
Really
Hanks is
great
your dad.
performance.
I took music really seriously about 3 years ago, probably about 2010.
Yeah.
Really, it was just that I've always had such a passion for music.
Whatever.
He just sounds greasy. And so now his tirade is that he's saying that he can use the N-word. You know, he's like, I use it in context. I only use it with people that know what I'm talking about when I say it. And I'm like, no.
I keep it real with you.
Exactly.
I keep it real with you when
and
I
it's
say
like,
that.
don't keep it real. Keep it a lot less real.
Here's his thing.
Okay.
I just want to clarify one thing. Under no circumstances would I ever go up to somebody that I didn't know and just be like, hey, what's up, my nigga? It's an unspoken thing between people who are friends.
Good choice,
who
Tom.
understand
Don't
each
do
other.
that.
I just want to clarify one thing. Under no circumstances.
I kind of wish he would, because then he would get the punch in the face he deserves. Is what it is.
How is he? I don't.
I mean, just because you hang out, there's a lot of people in the rap culture who don't talk that way. So don't make it sound like that's just necessary because now you're a rapper. And so, you know, as being someone who's not a big fan of that word anyway, I mean, I've had this discussion with comic friends of mine who do use it.
Oh.
And there's another situation where they might be using it in context. It's just not something that is in my regular vocabulary, and I don't think you should encourage it.
Because I'm sure Chet has YG on his play.
Exactly.
And he's thinking, yeah, I'm down
I
with
can
it.
do this. Like, he's not Drake.
Yeah. Okay, and then let's parallel that with his awesome, talented brother, Colin Hanks. An incredible actor, an eclectic actor. He's been in everything. Dexter. He was in the last season of Fargo.
Right.
He comes on Wits all the time. He loves Minnesota.
And I don't disagree with the fact that if he wants to be a rapper and that's the way that he wants to, the kind of artist he wants to be, that's all fine. Don't say that this is necessarily a part of the culture that you have to appropriate. You do not.
Yeah.
And his defense just sounds like an entitled trust fund kid.
Oh, wait,
defense
breaking
to me.
news. I'm just seeing this right now. Tom Hanks and Colin Hanks are saying that Chet is adopted.
I mean, it really just, like, it's moments like that when people use that defense as, well, I said it to the right person. Not necessarily.
So-
you don't get a pass on that.
What is your opinion of a song like My Nigga?
It's not, okay. I think this whole song is really lazy. Because if that's, watch this. Where's the musicality? Where is the creativity? If every line, period, rhymes with the same rhyme, that's cheating, you know, kind of thing. So no, I don't understand what you're trying to get at this point. Is not my favorite rapper, and I just am disappointed because coming from a hip hop background, there are so many people that are out there doing great work and making these really relatable songs than a lot of songs that have messages. And I remember that, back when Ludacris was first turning really big, if you were in the pop world and you had a song that was a garbagey song and you were bored of the song, like if you were bored, like burned on some song, Ludacris would drop a track on that, drop a verse on that song, and you'd go, I like this song again. He has refreshed this song for me. Thank you, Luda. And nowadays, I don't feel like most artists do that. There's a lot of times where they'll have a remix, like a Maroon 5 will do a song, like Maps, and then they'll put a verse on it. Then I'm like, did you even hear the song? Or did they just grab some random verse that was lying around on the recording room floor, just smack it on here and presume that it would help? And I think
Get
that it's
cred to make it hip.
And it disappoints me because I think that it gives people the wrong impression of hip hop music, because there is some really great some great hip hop artists, a lot of local artists here, even we do some big things and some good work, and it just makes people go, nah, that's all they say. It's all about swearing and it's all about drug culture and they use the N-word and I feel really uncomfortable. And it's more than that. So I don't need somebody who has the potential to get as much notice as a Chet Hanks saying, oh yeah, that's right, we do use that word. Just shut up, move around, Chet.
And I had my initial thought was Tom Hanks. America loves Tom Hanks.
In the Carly Rae Jepsen, I really like you video. Yeah. He's so whimsical.
But Tom Hanks must be not a great dad because his son is a tool. His son's a douche.
I don't want to say that because initially I
do
thought
want
for a
to say
minute,
that because if I was Tom Hanks, I'd be going, hey, Chet, come here.
But
we got to have shut the door. Yeah. Sit your ass down. What the hell?
But you can't presume that Chet has poor home training. Yeah. He's grown now. Yeah. And so he might
He's grown into a tool.
Exactly.
So Tom Hanks was on too many movie sets.
But look at his other son.
He was away from his son for 8-9 months now, it seems, probably. And so Chet's now angry. He has no father, so he's related to...
But you can't make that a one-to-one. Exactly. Colin's fine. I think some people end up being a douchebag in spite of their home training.
Colin is a son from a previous marriage, right? So
let's blame the wife.
So you're blaming the wife?
No. He may have had a stepfather in his period or his life or whatever.
Oh, no.
So it's all Tom's fault. And
if I'm Tom Hanks, I'm taking Chet aside before this happens. My son will not be a tool or a douche.
But what
no Gatenby child will grow up to be a tool or a douche.
But what are you going to do if he turns out, in spite of all of your, machinations, to end up being a tool anyway? You can't lock him in a box and go, you're casting aspersions on the Gatenby name. I'm locking you up.
I'm writing that down.
What are you doing?
I'm locking him in a box. I'm writing that down. That's a good idea.
Because you can't help it sometimes.
I am lucky, and I thank God
yes.
I am so lucky because my son is an awesome man and an awesome young man, very successful. As I said, elected captain of the team by his teammates because they saw leadership and strength and character and honesty and passion. He ain't saying my nigga to no one.
Right, but I think
Tom Hanks was away. He was working on Castaway on an island, and Chet Hanks needed his daddy.
I don't know if that's necessarily the case.
I'm saying it is.
Maybe he got too much of his dad, and he's like, I don't want to grow up and be on bosom buddies.
Is a total douchebag. You need to look inside yourself and ask yourself where you were as a father.
Exactly.
Tom Hanks.
You hear the story sometimes, too, that a person ends up being a great individual in spite of their parenting as well.
Well,
so
there is
you
that
can't
too.
always
there is that
blame
too.
the parents. You can, there are some one-to-one correlations, maybe.
He probably had douchebag tendencies in his DNA. However, Tom, if he had been more present as a father, may
have made it worse.
I'm Dr. Philling all over this stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
If you just
I do love Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is one of the nicest guys in interviews, and you'll see him do stuff with fans that is just adorable and great. So how can such what appears to be a normal, nice guy be a horrible father?
It might be. You don't know he's a horrible father.
He was an absent father.
You don't know if he was completely absent because he also was
his son's a douche.
He was a popular enough artist that he probably could have included that in the child's, rearing. It's not like he wasn't necessarily around because we don't know that. All I know is that this guy has decided to present that he's a rapper now.
Tom Hanks has to be embarrassed.
Chet, if you're listening to this show today, call in. We will get you that help that you
Chet,
need.
Get us your number. We'll call you. We like doing that.
That might be the case.
And
but
just for the record, I barely believe anything I just said. I'm just trying to have a conversation.
I like it when you
I believe
backtrack.
some of it.
I like it when you backtrack.
Well, no, there needed to be a voice.
Rusty, I just want to hug you right now. was a good moment.
I do sort of believe he's a tool and a douche, though.
But no, I do. I agree. I'm like, there's nothing right now about Chet Hanks that I'm sitting there going, you know what? Here's why I think that he might be a reasonable young man. I'm not thinking that at all.
So I still think Tom needed a father intervention on this guy.
He can sit down. Go put him in timeout.
Close the door behind you, Chet. We need to talk. Son, what the hell is going on?
And he's not even a good rapper. I mean, it's like, and so he is not indicative of the rap game.
Yeah.
And and there's been people that make music that I understand what they're doing, but it's not necessarily my style. Just like any song that's out there, you go, this isn't what I'm digging. I don't appreciate what they did, but I understand the artistry of it. The way that they're getting at it. I don't think that he is speaking from a perspective that needs to talk about any of the stuff that he's talking about. Like, there's some people, they grew up using that. They needed it, and it's something that they use to help identify themselves. I give that a little bit more of a pass. I have no reason to give Chet Hanks a pass on what he... Other than he's an American, and you're right. You can say whatever you want. I don't have to agree with you, though.
Let me put an end note on this. His name is Chet. Done.
Chet's not a bad name. Chet Faker is a good musician.
I have a new name.
That's not gold.
What do you think my new stage name? Based on the day I had yesterday, but new stage name. Zed Cortisol.
Because of Pulp Fiction. You go with that. Have fun with it.
Do we need to take a break?
No, actually, we instead of a break, we're doing a shorter show today because we got the big deck show. But before we leave the music world, I want to give a shout out to a Minnesota director. This is the voice of Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys. Love Brian Wilson. Harmonies, right? There's a movie coming out tomorrow called Love and Mercy, and it's directed by Bill Pohlad. Yes, he's of the Pohlad family.
Yes, they do good work.
Bill Pohlad was one who went into the movie side of things, not baseball or Pepsi or whatever else.
And they're doing well with River Road.
Yeah. So he directed this story of Brian Wilson called Love and Mercy. Kind of controversial in that two actors play Brian Wilson.
Okay.
Paul Dano, you may not recognize the name, but you'd recognize his face. He was in Little Miss Sunshine, was one of his earlier things. He was in, he's been in a bunch of things. My brain isn't working. He plays, the movie begins with Brian Wilson. He's already a success. He's about to do Good Vibrations. He's worried about maintaining his success. Second half of the movie, there's a flash forward and backwards. John Cusack plays the older Brian Wilson.
Nice.
So weird to have two actors playing the same person.
Instead of just doing the makeup thing and aging him.
Yeah, it's tracking very well on Rotten Tomatoes, getting good reviews. I have not seen it yet. I look forward to going to see it. I'm just saying, shout out if you want to support Minnesota peeps.
Which we do.
Yeah, so Bill Pohlad's Love and Mercy opening at theaters tomorrow. I will be going to a matinee of that one because not only do I love the Beach Boys, I want to support our Minnesota director, Bill Pohlad.
Wow.
So there you go.
You look so despondent now. They do great. They do great work over at River Road. So I mean, I have no doubt. I mean, sometimes their films are a little bit on a sleeper side. So don't think they're all. If you're expecting like giant explosions, if you're a fan of all the Michael Bay type stuff, it is not what they do. So.
Speaking of which, tomorrow morning on WCCO television, I'm going to be doing a review of Spy.
Okay.
Melissa McCarthy's movie where there is explosions. It's a James Bond spoof from the director of Bridesmaids. I'll just say this. Hilarious.
Oh, good.
Funniest movie I've seen this year.
Because I was fingers crossed on that one. I like Melissa McCarthy, and I really want her films to do well.
She's finally fronting a good movie.
Yeah,
Forget Tammy. Erase that from your brain.
She's one of those people that I just am like, I want to like you so much. I really want this movie to be good. Please don't let it suck.
Yeah, we talked about, you weren't on the other day, but Courtney was here, and we talked about Melissa McCarthy, and The Heat was the worst movie I've ever seen.
Oh, and that had two people in it that I didn't hate it. I think the reason why I didn't hate it is because I like Melissa McCarthy and Sandra Bullock so much that I'm like, I'm going to like this movie. I'm going to find something about this movie that I enjoy. Oh wait, this one scene is fun. It is one of those movies, in my opinion, where anything that you laughed at in the trailer, you're pretty much good.
Yeah,
that's it.
Every joke. I was there. I was watching my ex at the time, and she went, wasn't my ex at the time. But I look at her, I go, here's what they're going to say. You could just see every
Yeah,
joke was
it's
the
very
most
signposted.
Yeah.
It's very signposted.
I also, tomorrow, will be on WCCO on the mid-morning show interviewing the movie Entourage, which, if you're a fan of the HBO series, it's now a 2-hour feature-length movie. All the cast members are back.
Shannon and I are going to a movie right after this. So the question is, should we watch Entourage? Should we watch Mad Max? Or should we watch Tomorrowland? And remember that I have to take my kids to a movie this weekend, too. What should I watch?
The kids should go to Tomorrowland. Yeah. You two should go to Mad Max.
Mad Max? Okay.
Yeah.
Because not getting as good of reviews on Rotten Tomatoes as the Entourage type idea, so kind of thing. People
I
are
will
not
give my
digging it.
review of the Entourage tomorrow, but let me just say that it was not that good.
Okay.
that was on my list.
That is what it is not on my list
Shannon's
because
treat,
I heard it was.
She gets to pick.
I will pay for the movie. I'm
Go
not
to Mad
going
Max.
to that one. Okay, all right.
And Mad Max you should see on a big screen.
All
It
right.
is awesome.
Entourage seemed like one of those things that you could wait on. It really did. Like even just from the trailer, I'm just like, unless you. It just looked like one of those things. If you weren't a diehard fan, like super fan of the series, I'm like, I don't feel like this movie has. If you're a casual fan, you don't. It didn't look like you wanted to see it.
Well, tomorrow I'll give my full review on WCCO, and on the Rusty Gave Me review, which we'll post tonight. We'll have the full reviews.
But in
and
the
more.
pre-review for Mr. Gatenby, it's a grumble, grumble, stay home. Okay.
This afternoon, Chart House.
Yeah.
You're listening to Kat Perkins.
Yeah. She is. She's already tweeted this out. Expecting a good turnout. Remember, Chart House. We're live at the Chart House at 5 p.m. with Kat Perkins.
It's the summer thing. All summer long. We plan on bringing this show out of the studio and out to you guys. You come out and join us. Right now we're at the Chart House. And
I'm just going to say this now, that I'm glad that Kat Perkins is filling in for me, because last week I was just a little late and y'all were mad, and now I can't go today at all. And so I'm like, hey, Kat Perkins is going. Relax. Relax.
Yeah.
Nobody will even notice I'm not there.
Yeah. Now remember, for all you wussies, this is rain or shine. They have a great indoor space, so if you're worried about letting the weather deter you, don't. There's a great indoor space in Beyonce.
Oh, I know. Let's call Patrick back right now. Let's see if we can get a weather report for this afternoon. Or leave him yet one last prank phone call.
So done with this guy.
Okay, just so you know, if you get his voicemail again, be the creepy old ladies again.
Okay.
The creepy fan ladies again.
Okay. Come on, the new voice. I don't want to.
No, because that makes them even creepier if they call again, don't you think?
I was emulating a young girl. Am I sounding old?
I thought you were a creepy old lady cougar that was looking in his windows. That's worse.
All right, one last time with Patrick.
I hope he's there. I just
I
want to talk to us.
hope he's not there.
Patrick Hammer, he's a weather guy. He does the weather on the TV. So excited.
Don't pick up.
Is that real hair? Is that a toupee?
Don't pick up, Patrick.
Is it just weird?
Tell him you want him to sign your panties or something creepy. That would be great.
Hi there,
I'm glad. Look, it even sounds like weather on his voice.
Leave your name and number, and I'll get right back to you.
Hi, Patrick. I left you a message a few minutes ago.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, and we had a question.
Not happy.
Are you avoiding us?
I think he is.
Because I thought we had something special.
You hurt us deeply. What's Dave Dahl's number? Do you have Dave Dahl's number?
Understand this, Pat
Dahl is
Hammer.
quite lovely.
You cannot leave us. We leave you.
That's right.
We will find you. We know where you live.
We certainly do. We're outside your house right now.
They are my new two favorite characters that you guys do. We need to have the Ethel and Myrtle, the creepy cougars, call more people. You guys are really good at that.
Hey, Shannon.
Take that, Patrick.
You don't avoid us.
Picking up the phone.
You don't leave us.
You
we
listen,
leave
Mr.
you.
Man.
So, Kat Perkins tonight, 5 o'clock,
Yes.
Chart House in Lakeville.
Yeah, Shannon, any shows for you this weekend?
Yes, I'm actually at the New Hope Cinema Grill doing a little tester this weekend with Steve Gillespie. And then, remember, Chuck got freaked out for a second. I'm just filling in this
I'm very
weekend.
booked in June.
I
I'm
know.
not kidding.
On June 13th, Chuck and I are actually both performing at the New Hope Cinema Grill, and so Rusty, we expect you to be there. No
All right.
excuses, so you can come watch us
Is
perform.
Is it a
It's
Friday?
a Saturday.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Saturday. Yeah.
It's a Saturday, so we'll have a good time.
I'm actually filming a movie that day. I have 6 days I have to be on the set for this new independent project that's
Well, the
happening.
minute that you leave it, you can come straight to the show.
All right.
It starts in the evening, so we'll have a good time.
Hey, I just want to give a shout out on just a very serious note. I learned that a friend of mine is ill. Our upcoming guest, Tina Schlisky of Tina and the B-Sides, her former drummer, a very good friend of mine, and a very good friend of our former guest, J. Elvis Weinstein.
Yeah.
Joel Richmond was the original drummer for Tina. And Joel, his wife, got on his Facebook page and put this out. Thank you for all your well wishes. Joel has end-stage liver disease, and his situation is very critical.
Aww.
This broke my heart at about 1 o'clock yesterday morning. So this man is just a good man. He lives in Las Vegas now. He's been a session drummer. He's been a cruise ship drummer, and he was the founding drummer of Teen and the B-Sides. So we wish him all the best.
Yeah.
And hope you get better. Please get better.
And we will leave you with Kat Perkin. See you tonight at Chart House.
What if you lived your life out loud? Not in the silence of your